side. And of course, we're going in straight with that black at 6 volts. And I ain't gonna be going too much because I don't want to go like really in the armpit. Unless you prefer to go in your armpit, you know. We're pretty much just using this here to kind of border off this side of the face to show kind of this where it ends at. I'm still trying to give it a little texture so you can tell that it's meant to be hair without trying to do too much to it. Just show some small highlights, a couple of little strands of hair, show that it's hair, but not made at all. Because it's really supposed to be the soft side of the tattoo, as it's like softly fading off. This is more detailed in the eyes. The rest could be like soft around it. So I'm gonna stick with this whole area being a 15 curve mag. Try not to go to no smaller to get no more details in this area. Keep it soft when you heal up. See, that's the edge, and it's like out of focus. Because I know a lot of people don't really think about that when tatting, like what's out of focus and what's in focus. Yeah, certain tattoos I do try to pay attention to that. You want it to look blurred off, like the trees I did on that last tattoo. In the background, the trees I did it with a mag intentionally and try to keep them edges like a little blurred. So once they heal up, you'll see that the trees is further back and way more softer versus trees that are close. You'll see them a bit darker and more sharper. And that's just naturally how the eyes see things. The further away, the blurrier things get. Especially if you're looking at one thing and the rest is just like in the peripheral, it'll be blurred out. But you can still see what it possibly could be like. Unless it's a word, you ain't gonna possibly be able to read it. But you'll see it's a street sign. Because realistic, if I try to keep it realistic, it's pretty much all shading. So I just use, like right now, I'm using the edge of the 15 to try to capture some of the line strokes. But it's still gonna heal up soft, not trying to pull a line. I will shade in that line. Same thing I'm gonna do like by the eyebrows, also the eyelashes. Probably use that 3 and kind of shade in those lashes. Want them to be soft, not too hard. And everybody got different ways of doing it. I've seen somebody do it look like straight line. Now I guess it's flowing with the piece, you know. But I guess I'm just used to doing it soft. Try different ways. It all comes together, but it's always different ways, you know. I just prefer to go with the shaded route to keep things pretty soft.
Nice hand tape.
But tattoo, she recently got them on stop the hair like right there, so I continue that curve and swoop around. Just the way it all kind of ties in. So I know for sure where I'm going to actually stop the hair at. So it can continue to naturally follow that curve or that wind that was blowing around on the other side. So when you is adding on to a piece, I'd say definitely consider, you know, the other piece, even though you didn't do it, consider so it can flow better with the arm. And you ain't got to just fill this whole area and it's just left out by itself. That's one thing I think about. Especially when you're wrapping around the arm and you ain't just adding a piece in the center.
Bless you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be using the FKI and Zion to definitely hit those skin. I want that skin to be soft and smooth. The Tiger, I might decide to go back with the Ninja. In some spots, I might use the FKI because it's hard black stripes. Some of the hairs I might make more softer, but the more hard black stripes, I'm gonna use that, the Ambition Ninja for sure. Make sure I give it that texture, that hair feeling. And that soften up. FKI, I'm gonna soften that up. Let's rinse out the black from the 15 curve mag. We about to move to the face. We're gonna be starting out with our light tone. Seven curve mag with the Ambition Ninja. Ambition Zion, no. This FKI Zion. Oh. I'm all over the place, chat. It's pretty much basically a shadow on the side of the hill. But of course that shadow gonna have to be a lot darker than that. Like I said, I'm just mapping out right now. Side and face. Come on, side the face with that medium tone. Now mind, if you know how a shadow go, it's like dark. Farther away as you come closer, it softens up. Depends on how that light hits you. Close to that here, soften out. Rinse that medium out, go over to our light tone. And it's gonna show that this is the side of the face. Back to that medium tone. I'm gonna actually leave more of this face open so when we come back with the filigree to draw it on, you have a nice amount of space, yeah. I ain't gonna do too much at the bottom. On to the 7 curve mag, about to start mapping the eye out. Actually, I'm gonna come over a little more over close to the eye with them soft tones. Light. What I did with that shadow. That's what I did with that shadow to make sure you see it. Pretty much hit that edge pretty much like with black. So when I come on side of the shadow with the medium tone and then the light tone, you have no choice but to still be able to see that shadow, even though it's gonna be like medium tone. I need that shadow black so it's a little more darker than the skin tone. Eye out. You got that line, you gotta continue to grow. You still want it soft. I remember one point in time I used to always still come across this with a liner, but nope. You can just use your mag to capture that softness. One way you can even do it, you can just do it like a pullback method. Come from that edge, pull back. Or you can decide to go with the pendulum motion and build it up. Either one will work. Like I said, more than one way to do it. Remember, this is our medium to light tone, so we know for sure that we ain't gonna get it too dark. Even though we gonna probably still going darker than this, just to make sure it's gonna stand out. You can go dark but still keeping it realistic. Just creating that contrast. Another spot we hit with the black. That's with that line from right underneath that eyelid. Right on that top part of the eyeball. Dark shadow. Pretty much all black. For the edges, we could shade it all black, or we could just hit the top all black and come down with our black and try to soften this edge up. Just to kind of prepare that edge once it comes into the actual eye. The iris, and it's gonna soften up. Go ahead and hit the pupil as well. Pretty much black. get the 6 volts that we at, so you don't overwork the skin. Take time packing that black. Open out that bottom edge. Rinse out. Cause we about to be going inside. Alright, go with that light tone. Let that shadow that always fall on that eyeball itself. And of course the eyeball not this solid white, it'll look like fake, like clip art. So you want to create that curvature in the eyeball so that that shadow, the eyelid is sitting on top of it. Another little highlight right on this side of the edge of the eyeball and on that side. With this tone so light, so when it heal, you'll see that lid and the pink part of the eye, definitely way more harder and darker than this. And so these tones on the eyeball like barely there. Real soft. Same light tone on the right side where that shadow even dark at. Brush down, picking the bar. And we'll come on this side with just a little medium tone as well, not just the light tone. Brush down a little bit, just because them that solid black above it, and that shadow is more on this side than on the other side. That whole little corner, the medium tone. That's what we're gonna do our eyebrows with. Trying to keep them soft. Not just like no hard lines. Go for the main lines right now with the 7 curve. Then we're gonna kind of slightly shade in. Give that furry hair texture. And we're using our mag, y'all, for majority. Well, of course, we're gonna use the mag regardless. We're gonna use the edge of that mag most of the time just to create them textures for the hair. Right now, we're just doing all the black stripes. Then we're gonna come in with some softer tones. Come back up in this area. Yeah, but all of it ain't black stripes. They got some white stripes and stuff too, but mainly black. Some spots got like a little black in it. It's not black. By using the edge of that mag, you can definitely get within some of them hairs. Create that texture. And what we about to do with the 15 is basically start creating some hairs. Brushing them them up, brushing it down within the direction. Remember, it's just a light tone. Alright, we back with some black. That's our structured eye. We still got our 15 curve mag. Structured eye is black.
Welcome in, family.
We need another knuck.
Thanks for joining the
I'm
live.
about to go ahead and hit this in the pupil. Tiger. Maybe this is the eye of the human. So this back one, I'm not worried about it being in super sharp in detail. So I'm just gonna go ahead and soften it out and act like as if it's still going back, because it's gonna be real soft there with the shade. Same thing I was saying, like with the in focus and out of focus. As you go back, it gets out of focus. Here with them highlights, 5 volts, 7 round liner. I like to no move slow when I'm hitting these highlights in. Take your time, take your time. Before I hit this white, let me hit some black in that pupil first. Here the white highlights. So I come in with a little dot. I know this part really gonna be white, you know? The rest I can kind of slowly brush back and forth until I'm ready for another spot to be super white. And I'll just kind of hit some dots in that area. Brush back and forth. Underneath. And I'm only really catching some white, not all of it. I'm really catching some of the white. Like right here is a big highlight. I'm gonna come between the hairs. I'm not gonna try to get like super white, but I can easily brush in some white right here. You're not gonna try to get that super bright. Only in between those shades, you'll worry about getting it super bright. Structure that eye out. Some of the hairs in between. On these little big old open spots, I just brush it in. Not worry about getting it like a super bright white. Make them a bit soft. I usually just say that white peel. On to the eyelashes. Wow. Oh yeah, it's like an eyelash or a tiger though. I want that to be really white, so I'm gonna kind of hit it with that dot method. The stippling. Some more white. If I put more white all the way in the top, I'm gonna have to go over that a little bit darker. Come back. So these little highlights. Before I even finish with this, I'm gonna make sure that this is structured out. So I wouldn't want that bottom layer to lighten up too much. Go back to that bottom of the head right fast. And right in the eye now. Curve it with the shape of that eyeball. It's soft though. Yeah, I switch angles to kind of curve it that same way. I said the way you do it, it'll become natural to you. Versus me trying to do this and curve it, it'll be way more tougher that way. A lot more natural flowing. Been doing good, yep. It's only damn 4 hours. Oh no, we ain't been on this for 4 hours now. Probably been on this a little bit longer. Probably been about 4. Probably about 4 hours, almost 5. And I'm about to soften this out, chat. We'll put that a little more white at the bottom. That's it. That's why y'all definitely take my time going across the vein. You can see, like when you tag it, you can see it kind of rolling. You kept myself taking time. Everybody vein don't roll like that. But yeah, people say it hurt mainly because of that vein right there. That's in the center. Alright, y'all, we got through majority of the piece. We got to do the back of the arm. I ain't been on since I finished the tiger butt. We got majority of this filigree out the way. A little more on the back and we're gonna be good. With that fillet. Cause I was thinking about regular shade, but then my wife brought to me like the filigree idea and I'm like, okay, yeah. Cause like it really wasn't like much space. Took advantage of that, the small spot there. That's it. I don't think it's specific reason. I just figured it'll flow more, especially because this right here was already flowing. So at least tie it in to make it match. That's it. But Lil had brought up like the filigree idea. I was just talking about like some random swirls at first. Cause I seen she had that little, like the little wind feel idea. I was gonna just make it all feel like it's together. So I just took the same idea, basically made it the filigree. Pretty much close to the same thing.